My name is Alicia, and when I was 13 years old, I was abducted by an internet predator.
In 2002, I was totally clueless as to the dangers of the internet. My daughter was sitting in a common room, talking to a box.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to my mind, that's what she was doing. All of the knowledge of the world is able to be gotten now through the internet.
Alicia had been engaging in online discussions with Scott Tyree, who was then a 40-year-old computer programmer from Herndon, Virginia. He was interested in sadomasochistic activity. He wanted to be a master for teen slave girls. He was looking for a child to make his sex slave. And Alicia was just starting to use the computer at that time and starting to use the internet and to engage in discussions of a sexually curious nature. And she talked with him about some of these activities, which I'm convinced she had no idea what he was talking about.
And then on New Year's Day of 2002, we were having a family dinner, and between dinner and dessert, as I was clearing the table, Alicia went up to her room, and we called her down for dessert, and she was gone.
I trusted him wholeheartedly. He was a friend, no matter what. He was my best friend and confidant. Tell him anything. He had the answer for any question. I remember opening the door and feeling the wind bite my face and being at the top of the hill and hiding behind a tree. And when I said, you know what, why am I here? You know, my senses came back for a moment. Why am I here? And I went to turn around and he called my name.
So when he brought Alicia to his home, he immediately abused her and then videotaped that abuse. And he broadcast this to his friends, to his network. And it was one of those individuals who saw this activity that reported it to law enforcement.
Well, he held me captive by a chain to my neck and a locked collar for 4 days. And he had a dungeon in the basement. And I mean, let your worst nightmares come to your mind, and that's what happened. You know. I was beaten and raped and tortured and treated like an animal. The rescue now. That morning, before he left for work, he said, what did he say? He said, I'm starting to like you too much. So we're gonna go for a ride tonight. At which point I knew that it was do or die.
At the time the FBI entered Tyree's residence, Alicia was chained to the floor in his bedroom. She had a locked collar around her neck, and she was wearing just her panties. And the FBI immediately gave her a jacket, and she was very frightened.
They came in and busted down the door, and I was relieved, extremely relieved, once I saw those 3 letters, FBI, on the back of their jackets in bold yellow letters. I mean, that's not a feeling you can describe. It's being at the end of the rope, feeling like you're about to die, and then somebody saying, oh, no, you get a second chance at life, here you go. And I feel that I was rescued for a reason. And that reason is to save kids from the same thing happening to them. to show them that it can happen to them, that this is real. This isn't a horror story, a movie. This is real. These people exist.